You see, you cannot be too comfortable when your enemies are in trial time, are in time of tribulation. I made that mistake yesterday, and I got to realize that it's not the best act, and not in most cases. Because somebody, if you are a God-fearing person, you have to be very, very careful the way you do your things. Sometimes you might be innocent, and God will still go against you. God has his own way of doing his own thing. So don't be too comfortable. Although I'm not, even me, I'm not too much that of an innocent. So people that are better than me yesterday, are more innocent than me, face some tribulation and trial from God. So you don't have to be too comfortable with the time that somebody is not that somebody is in a trial time. What I'm trying to say is this. Yesterday we were happy. I remember when I was happy that Tio has been locked up. Tio has been locked up. We were even proud of it, that we'd make it happen. Unfortunately, we did not even think twice. God makes everything happen. It's not us. God fights his own fight, and he uses whoever he wants to use to do his own thing. And we are lucky and fortunate enough that God is using us to do some certain things. So, but when we are so comfortable and we are happy that Tio has been locked up, Tio has been picked, we make the entire masses to know. And when the trial of God came, it came through Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat framed some lies, coined with some truths, some element of truth, and he framed some deceptive write-up as a petition, and he wrote it against us, and he involved me in those very plenty cases or charges and accusation. And these charges, above all, there is threat to life, and there is murder case. There is murder case. Even the picture of those persons that was murdered were attached to the petition with court order. You can see how big it is. And you know, when it comes to threat to life and murder, and the messages of those threats to life are as well screenshot and put in those things, and they link it together out of deception. I mean, out of deception, it was linked together. And this is where I am in. My name is in this very thing we are talking about. And this lead to we sleeping in a detention. Do you know, above all, do you know what surprised me most? The day that Tio is coming out of detention, that was the day we are going in. We were not outside to witness how Tio came out. Remember, I said we were happy that Tio was arrested. And the day he been released, we are going into the same detention. You can imagine. Somebody have to be very, very careful. Life can turn around anytime, even if you are innocent. So that is why I'm not happy in this Agbocheno's case. Although we know it's a conspiracy. Yes, we have all evidences pointing to it that it is a conspiracy from them, Jehoshaphat and Tio and whoever that is involved. One, why it was a conspiracy? Before we were detained that very day by Jehoshaphat, the people from the angle of Tio, somebody like Anchez, somebody like Newman, somebody like Femi, and many of their kind, have been bragging and saying in the voice note in the social media publicly that the table will soon be turned around. Everybody should watch and see. Things will soon be turned around. They will soon know what is happening. Something is coming. They were saying all those things, they were bragging and they were making mouth, and they were so comfortable in what they are saying that it will soon turn around. Before we were detained, they knew that we were going to be detained based on our calculation. And this very petition carries Tio too, but they don't care about that. Because when we went to answer this petition, Tio did not show. Up to today, Tio did not show in this petition. Ngwachuku's name was there, the name that the petition that detained us, and wait for after 2 weeks before the in-laws came, as in people from Port Harcourt, family of Beatrice Odudu came, and this same petition still detained them after 2 weeks. Tio is still in Abuja, Agbocheno is still in Abuja. I'm not talking about Agbocheno. I mean Ngwachuku is still in Abuja, but it didn't detain them. They didn't look for them. They did not honor the petition. But the people that came from River came and they were detained, like as we were detained. And above all, those people are still there bragging that they said it after we have been detained. They said it that something is going to happen to us, and that thing, and we were going to, the table is going to be turned around. And they were brag and they were happy. They don't even care if their boss is mentioned in that petition. They were happy. And we later discovered that there's some person that even worked with Apostle Ken yesterday, later worked with Tio, is working with Jehoshaphat as well, a woman. And many of those things, we saw it as conspiracy. The day that we were detained, Ngwachuku was in that very station that very day. But he didn't enter with us, and he left. And up to today, they have not honored that petition. Nobody is talking about it. I will always be repeating this, because I see it as a conspiracy. And that thing detained us, brought some person from River State, Port Harcourt, I think yes, he brought some person from Port Harcourt and some person from other places, and he brought them down to Abuja and detained them. So I'm not going there. That one is a conspiracy on another face. But what matters most is that the day that Tio was released, we went into cell and we slept there. We don't sleep for cell now, I don't finish. So you cannot be too comfortable when your enemy are facing tribulation. This is where I'm coming from. Agbocheno wrote a petition against us. Agbocheno wrote a petition against us to FCID, and before that time he have already told us that he knows how to play his game. He can never be defeated by anybody, not to even talk of us. And he was making references of the people that he have already defeated before, that he cannot lose a case against us, that he knows how to turn case around, that even if you are the one that took the case there, at the end of the day you'll be the one to carry the blame. He have said this in a public voice note, and he have said it to the extent of saying that if he's about losing, he will lie down and he will beg him. He will go on his knees, he will beg him. That he is very smart. This one too happened in a public voice note. So when we wrote petition against Agbocheno concerning threat to life and the rest of it to police command, he decided to frame that petition, rewrite that petition, and add more to that petition and bring it to a higher place, which is FCID. But when God is after you, God knows exactly which way you will follow to fall in a bigger soup or a bigger trap. So he brought that case to FCID. We've been listening to in so many ways. He make us to spend so much money going up and down that we have to even go around looking for help so that we can be transporting ourselves, and those of us sleeping in Abuja can still be coping before that time comes. We never even knew he was the one in the first place. At the end of the day, to cut the whole story short, Agbocheno speak in front. The first person that we spoke in his front was the IPOs. The second person was the Deputy Commissioner of Police. When the Deputy Commissioner of Police have seen where the matter is going, he have to take us to Commissioner of Police. And the Commissioner, all of them knows where the matter is coming from, because they have made all their inquiries before we met with the Commissioner of Police. But the Commissioner of Police, we are meeting him for the first time because it's new. It's a new Commissioner of Police according to them. We are meeting an Igbo man. We are meeting him for the first time that very yesterday. But when Agbocheno talk, you will not think that there's nothing we can say today, or there's something we can say today that will lead us out of that place, because he knows how to talk. Me and you will believe that Agbocheno knows how to talk. to the extent of even conditioning the police that except police will tell us to provide the police officer which I claim that he contracted to kill me, there's no case against him. But if we can provide it, then whatever the police want to do, the police can do with it. And he knows this one is another big conditioning. Unfortunately for him, when we start talking, the commissioner of police who held his head and he was panting, shouting, "Aro!" He's an Igbo man. Say, "Aro!" As in, the exclamation is, in fact, he cannot hear it again. In fact, to the extent that everybody forgot that even Agbocheno spoke upon all the points he think he has. But in the end, he wanted to talk. He was saying, excuse me, sir." The man did not want to even hear again because he have already said everything that he has to say. He was asked to be taken away. And we too were blamed. They blamed us seriously. That is greediness that is bringing all those things. Even the deputy commissioner of police have said it as well. All of them blamed us. So after that one, he was taken away, and he now is stuck saying, he called some, where he was kept, he called some of our colleagues and he was telling them, begging them that he want to withdraw the case, but it is too late already. Even the police officer told him that it's too late. Something that have gotten to the front of commissioner, and he make a statement, will make a statement. How can he withdraw the case again? It's too late. And he wanted to start begging. He was calling me. I did not answer. Some of my colleagues answer. Me, I did not answer. I did not go close to him because I already know that he said he will beg if he's about to lose him, and I don't want to give him that chance. And in the end, he started talking. In fact, he, to the extent of him, he even said that he will join hand with us to fight Tio and bring Tio down. This one that I'm talking, we have proof to this one. When I say we have proof, believe me, we are all Ground Pressure Group. We have proof to almost everything that we are involved in. So, but it doesn't work like that. It has to be taken to the cell.